Cool. All right. Okay, we are live. We are live and we are back. Man, welcome to another edition of the Overdue Bills podcast. So we got our guys back this week at another interview edition or pre-game edition, I would say. But let me start off with some intros. We got our guy Rad. What's going on, Rad? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm ready for this game this week. Trying to solidify the division, lock down the division. Get a seed, see what seed we gonna be in, so we can start preparing for the playoffs.
Yes, sir. And then we got some familiar faces. I know you guys saw those guys on when we played the Jets before. Thanks for being back, guys. We'll start with my guy Davin. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm great. Thanks for having me on again. Last time we had a good time, and hopefully we can make it a good time today again.
Yeah, for sure. And then we got our guy Kyle. What's going on, man?
Everything's good. Was dealing with a couple of cases of COVID over here with my kids, but
Oh wow.
Other than that, everything's good. They're good. Like they didn't have any symptoms or anything like that. But I said everybody's good and going into the new year strong.
That was good. Prayers to you and your family. Healthy recovery for sure.
For sure. Yeah, we had a couple instances over Christmas. Had to do a Zoom Christmas, and New Year's. It was just things that Omarion is running rampant right now. It's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. So no, I'm glad everything's good, and hopefully everybody out there watching is good. And then also for the people in Buffalo, hope everybody's good after this snowstorm we just had. Schools were closed and kind of getting through that today. So hope everybody's good out there. But man, yes, sir. This episode and every other episode is brought to you by the good people over at Buffalo Wing Kings. There's two things that the guys here at the Overdue Bills podcast know. That's Buffalo Bills football and that's wings. Our first choice and the best choice is Buffalo Wing Kings. At Wing Kings is Wings 101. With over 101 different flavors and their beloved Wing of the Month special, Wing Kings is sure to school any other wing place around. Stop by and see those guys for Bills games, parties, whatever wing craving night you guys have. Go down and see those guys at Buffalo Wing Kings. Stop down and see them at their Elmwood Village location at 484 Elmwood Avenue, or give them a call at 716-248-1427 and find out why they say, and we know, they got the best wings in town, hands down. And make sure when you go there, you mention our name, Overdue Bills Podcast. You get 10% off your order. Let's start this with a quick question of the day. Like we always start off with. So I guess I'll go to you guys first. So we got Robert Saleh and Zack Wilson on their first years. It's going to be wrapping up this Sunday. What are your guys' opinion, and what's the opinions of Jets fans of those two guys at the end of this year? I'll start with you, Kyle, or go ahead, Davin. I'll start with you, Davin.
Oh, okay. I want to say that it's going to be not built in one day, Rome type of process. But who really expected the Jets to go out and play the Buccaneers like how they played them? No one. We expected a blowout, but it really didn't happen. And that's what you see in the progress. You saw it in the running backs. They did it without Elijah Moore, Davis, and so everything is happening. The offensive line is gelling together. The offense is playing better. Defense needs to be worked on, but I think Wilson and Salah is getting better. It's not easy. They don't. The last few weeks they didn't look like a 4-12 team, but it is what it is. Just in my opinion.
Yeah, Kyle, what are your thoughts?
For the most part, I can't. Like I said, I can't be too upset at the outcome. Coming with a really how should I say, broad rookie staff between the coaches and players, there's definitely you knew there's going to be some bumps in the road. But as I was talking on our podcast with Davin, like one of the things you saw, like for example with the Tampa Bay game, we had several replacement players in terms of starters that that was replaced, and they still competed. So from that aspect, you looked at from where we started to where we are now. To me, it's promising. And that's that. At the end of the day, when you're in a situation when you're rebuilding, that's the best that you can hope for. Especially in the first season.
I got a question. I want to talk about like rookie class, right? Zack Wilson, Elijah Moore, Michael Carter, right? And if you play fantasy, all these guys, well, maybe not Zack Wilson, but Elijah Moore and Michael Carter at one point was starters. People were using them. So how do y'all feel about this rookie class? Do y'all think they're these cornerstone pieces, or how do y'all feel about the rookie class?
I would say it was better than what our OGM Mac has done. I would give them a solid B. B plus is probably pushing it because some of them players are still questioned, like Ecos and Pinnock. But with like you said, Michael Carter, he has improved. He had a big run to help set up the first 7 points against the Bucks. Elijah Moore, he had like 5 or 6 touchdowns in like the past few games before he went on IR. So they, like I said, the guys are progressing. I think they just need to have at least a whole season together. So the Jets been playing a lot of injuries, and it is what it is. And yes, you is right. Michael Carter, Zack Wilson, and Elijah Moore, those guys are definitely going to be starters, but we have to see more. We can't just see 4, 5, 6 games and then think, oh, this is it. No, we gotta see more. But it's great to see that they started progressing as the season moved along.
Yes. Go ahead, Kyle.
I said from my standpoint, they're definitely guys that I believe I like. That they drafted. I wasn't the biggest Wilson fan. I said, me personally, I actually wanted Mac Jones, but that's another story. But there has been some growth that I have seen from Wilson. So, like I said, that's a good thing. I knew Elijah Moore was going to be that dude because I said I was watching his film in Ole Miss, and it showed then. So I knew he was going to be that guy. Vera Tucker definitely came along to his own. It'll be great to see if Becton gets himself together. That left side is going to be something to watch, for the future. Some of the other guys, like Echoes and Carter, they've shown flashes. Another guy that I like that they picked up was Marshall, the defensive tackle. He stepped in a couple of times, and filled in some roles. So I actually really like this particular draft class that Douglas picked. So, and I think that it's definitely some building blocks here, from his first full draft class.
Yeah, for sure. So now that the division is looking, promising. It's looking tough for the next couple of years. With the Mac Jones or the success, Zack Wilson, those core guys, and then Miami doesn't look bad either. So I guess going with a division question here, the Jets have an opportunity to play spoiler for us, which is a position that we were in many times, which I'm happy we're not in that position this year. But they're getting some key guys back. So I just wanted to kind of talk about the injury report. I heard some things like, a guy we just spoke about, Elijah Moore, practice this week, Jamison Crowder. Those guys they all showed up to practice this week. Now, do you guys know if they're going to play this week? Because that would obviously make the game a lot more different, or are they just kind of packing it in and being like, we'll roll with it next year, or kind of give those guys the rest or whatever to recoup fully?
They could play this. They could play this week. It all depends if they practice. It's a possibility, but nothing is guaranteed. The Jets are really playing nothing. Right now they're only playing for a top 10. The top 10 draft pick? Like shout out to you, Jamal Adams. Thank you so much. But
right, 2 top 10s, right?
Yeah, two
Yeah.
top tens. Yeah.
So no matter what the situation is, you know, I understand Jets fans was upset about that the QB sneak, but really look at it, yes, it's a dumb play, but at the same time, you're not really playing for nothing. You either go for it and win the game, or you just kick the field goal, go to overtime, which Brady can do in 1 minute, and then just possibly lose the game. So it's there. So at the end of the day, if the guys play, that's fine. If not, then there's no love lost. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, for sure, Kyle. So, like, going into this one, do you want them to kind of play spoiler a little bit, or are you guys hoping maybe
high draft pick,
we can lose this one and solidify that other high draft pick?
Well, for me, I was like, honestly, I would like to play spoiler. You know, a little payback from 2015 when we had Fitzmagic and we was doing that run, and you guys
Lord,
got us away. That last game of the season. So I would definitely like to play spoiler. But bigger than that, we're trying to change the culture of the team. So winning right now, I think, is an important thing, so that we can end it on a good note and hopefully carry over, to the next year, with that attitude. But in the same token, that draft position is important. And I think right now, worst case scenario, I think we can end up with the 5-9, and that's with us winning and Seattle winning. So either which way, we're going to have 2 top 10 picks. So, for me,
spot to be in.
So for me, it's like, win the game, play spoiler. We still got the draft picks,
Yeah, it's like almost, I mean, even this season, they beat if they beat us, they will beat 3 of the top teams in the AFC right now, with the Bengals, the Titans, and then us. So that's another kind of a moral victory to go out on. So I guess let's dive into the game, man. Let's get into some of these matchups. So last game we didn't see Zack Wilson, and I want to see kind of what you guys think about how you think he's going to fare against our number 1 overall defense, and then our obviously vaunted secondary. Even without a Trey White, we're probably going to have an first-team All-Pro in Jordan Poyer, and then possibly another first-team or second-team All-Pro guys in that secondary. How do you guys think he's going to fare against that kind of defense this week?
I think, just in my opinion, I think they keep doing what they've been doing the past few weeks. Let the running game come and do the running game, and then make it more calm for Zack Wilson to actually throw the ball. It's not easy. Y'all got the number 1 pass defense, if I recall, but just let the game come to him. You can't rush it. Zack Wilson haven't had the turnover in the past few weeks, so let the game come to you. And if the running game is good, then get a little 5-6 yards here and there. You don't need to throw it out, because we know what happens when opponents throws it out to a number 1 passing defense. So, play smart. That's all it is.
For sure. What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, definitely piggybacking on the whole concept of running the ball. Actually, the first game that that we played against you guys, that was something that I preached to say that we need to run the ball, because your secondary is that those dudes back there, they can bowl. So, and if you look at some of the games that you guys lost, even though it wasn't a high scoring game, Jacksonville was still attempting to run the ball. They kept a balance. The Colts ran the ball. New England, they damn sure ran the ball.
Titans, keep going. So all of them.
Right, but that game, to me, I really put on LaFleur, because I think at our first 3 possessions, it was like a 4-to-1 pass ratio. And I'm like, why would you do that with a practice squad guy, that's coming in? Yeah, he had one hot game, but why would you press that against the number 1 passing defense in the league? So
throwing him out to the wolves.
And it showed, so hopefully he learned from that mistake and can right the ship this week.
So you mentioned LaFleur. He came out and talked about he took full accountability for the botch play or whatever happened. But so my question is, I guess going forward, like, what's your identity? Like, what do the Jets fans want y'all to be? What do y'all think is the Florida guy? Do you think he's doing the right thing? Like, y'all got Zack Wilson, y'all paid Corey Davis, y'all got Braxton Berrios having a a crazy last couple games. So what is your identity, or what do you want your identity to be?
My God. I mean, if you really want to hear from Jets fans, they just want to win, and they've been rebuilding since when was it, 1960, since they won Namath. If you really want to be honest, that's an honest from like most Jets fans, old Jets fans. But for me, the identity is to do things the right way for a change. This team is young, and this has been a long time since this team has been young. When you really look at it, you had to get rid of Darnold. Darnold is not having a good season. Thank you, Carolina, for that draft pick with Darnold as well.
Couple 2 and a 4 or something like that. Something crazy.
Yeah. So Darnold, Adams, Leonard Williams, all these guys, Joe Douglas had to clean up. So now all of these guys that's coming in is Joe Douglas, and the identity is to try to find yourself, but also get the right players that wants to come and build a winning culture. That's what it should be, just like when y'all drafted Josh Allen and y'all didn't know what your identity was. And when y'all got Stephon Diggs, that turned it up, changed the tone for y'all, not just for that offense, but for y'all team in general. So for us, it's kind of the same way, but we have to do it the right way, and only time will tell, So, but other than that, I'm excited for these 2 top 10 picks. I'm just excited for this team in general.
Yeah. Me personally, I would say I would like for identity to be based on, I guess, what Joe Douglas preaches in terms of building your team from the trenches. So with with that type of mentality, obviously you're talking about being dominant up front on both sides. So to me, like, our identity should be stout run game, stout defense, kind of reminiscent of the Rex Ryan days, and to have that type of mentality and have that type of system, you've seen what it was doing. You've seen what it was able to do. Mark Sanchez wasn't a great quarterback, but he has like, he had
understatement.
A winning percentage in the playoff, and he was like 4-2 on the road in the playoffs, in his first 2 years.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because we had a stout defense and a run game that that would put the hurt on people. So to me, I think to protect our young quarterback, we need to follow that blueprint and just be dominant up front on both sides of the ball. And, from there, it'll just develop into, to me, into other things in which we can have some sort of consistency in our gameplay.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, Rad, I'm gonna ask you. I'll get back into the matchups, I guess, of the game. So, as you know, it's Buffalo. We have our weather here, right? And we have a quarterback who has a big, strong arm. He can cut through the wind. But this season, during some home games and some bad weather games, he hasn't really been great throwing the ball, right?
Yep.
So with going into this game against the Jets, who have a bottom 5 of the league passing defense, do you think that Dable might try to dial up some more passes to kind of get him? I hate to say, like, more comfortable week 18, but kind of get him back into the groove of being able to throw it around if we have to in this climate, because if we win this game, we're going to have a home playoff game the following week, so we got to be able to do it throughout the playoffs. But do you think he's going to kind of go a little bit more pass heavy, or are we going to kind of go with what we've been doing the past couple of weeks with a more balanced attack?
It's interesting because we in a weird space where it's like we in the playoffs, obviously we trying to lock up a division, but you still want to come out healthy. So I don't know how he going, I would assume he just going to play called normally, right? So I would
Yeah.
think pass. I would think trying to get a lead, to get the starters out. But the Jets have been playing tough. They're not like a walkover. How they looked early on in the season. So I think you call your plays the same. I think he going. I think weather permitted or if Josh rolling. I think it's one of those things. If he gonna call his first couple plays, usually get Josh warm, get him in rhythm, get him some easy throws, and if he making those throws, I think he's gonna keep going to there. But I think last week he was shown that he's willing to go to the run, which he haven't been doing this whole year. He go to the run. We ran 44 times. So I'm confident if he do make that game switch to go to the run, I think we can be successful in that too. But I think pass early, trying to get up quick.
All right. Yeah, no, for sure. That's what I'm thinking too. I just, it's been a question obviously for us is, Josh hasn't been playing well in these conditions. So I just hope that, it kind of changes throughout the playoffs.
And it's it's like, and if it's the conditions is still bad, you still want those reps in that condition because a home playoff game, the goal is to get a home playoff game. You know what I mean? So you want to figure that our offense to figure it out in inclement weather.
Absolutely. So, with that being said, we'll kind of get into it's a pretty big announcement happened this morning. I don't know if you guys dabble, but New York sports mobile betting was announced that it'll be here Saturday morning. So we will be able to bet on the game and some of the props that we kind of go over. We'll go over like some player props that we're going to play this over under segment that we do with some of the guys in the game. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if anybody gambles or whatever, but we'll start off with our guy, Josh Allen, set at over 276.5 passing yards this week. I guess I'll go to you first, Rad.
Two what?
276.5 passing yards. Over under.
I'm gonna go under. I see like 250, 245, 243 or something. I don't see him getting, that much.
All right.
Especially they running him more. I think he can probably, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. No, I don't see 276. I go under.
Okay. How about you, Kyle?
I'm gonna say over, and okay. I'm gonna say over because I think if anything, he might hit for one big play, which might be like a big chunk of that 270. So I'm gonna say over.
Okay, Davin.
Over as well. I think this game needs to be a statement for Josh Allen because of the terrible performance against the Falcons. Mm-hmm. Needs to make a statement for the Bills for this upcoming playoff, and y'all need that home game in the first round because there's some good teams that's in the 6th, 7th, and the 5th seed. So this needs to be a statement game, and I think this could be the game. So I'm going with over.
Okay, I like it. I hope so. Then we'll switch over to your guy, Zack Wilson. Over under 234.5 passing yards. Getting some weapons back. It might be all right for him. Start with you, Rad.
Say the number again.
234.5.
234.
Mm-hmm. I think he threw for 243 last week against Tampa.
I gotta go under on that too. You know what I mean? I just think our back end has been playing elite. And I just I think that's a lot. I think they're gonna try to run a ball on us or the Bills, especially if inclement weather. I think they're gonna try to run a ball, get the ball out of Zack Wilson's hand fast. Maybe quick things to if Berrios. I don't think he practiced today, but if he's playing Berrios, get the ball out to him. Michael Carter. I think it's gonna be, get the ball out of Zack Wilson's hands
for sure. All right, how about you guys? Go with Kyle first.
I'm gonna say over. Because I think that the game will probably be in a situation where we're gonna have to make up points and make up yards and probably shift our gears to probably be more passing. But in the same token, I think it's going to be a lot of dink and dunk yardage that's going to get them over that 230 number.
Gotcha. Dad, what about you?
Give me under. I'm not saying that he can't go over. It's just the fact of the matter is that in the run game has to be involved. It's not going to be easy, and if he throws at least one interception, or if one bad play happened, I think LaFleur would kind of pull Zack Wilson's coattail and say, let's try to get some short yardage, not no long passes. So I'm gonna go with under.
Okay. All right. We'll go over to the receiving end. We got our guy, Stephon Diggs. He needs 6 catches to be the first Buffalo Bill in history to have back-to-back 100 reception seasons. He's currently sitting at 94. So I'll set the over-under at 5.5 catches this week. What do you think, Rad? Start with you.
Oh, heavy on the over. It's an incentive and it's clause too. I think if you get to the 100, it's an extra $1 million or something like that. I think it's an incentive-based thing as well.
It's like for this year and next year's base salary, he gets that.
Yeah, so Josh Allen knows that. He probably knows everybody who need incentives during this time. I think they're gonna get that early. I think first 3 drives he had at least 6-7 targets. Hopefully he catches them all, but I think he's definitely gonna get the over on that.
Okay, how about you, Kyle?
You said it's 5. Well, it's about 6, right?
Yeah, so he needs 6. He needs the 6 catches to get the over. Yep.
Yeah, I can see over. Yeah, because again, like I said, our secondary is young. And I don't think just from previous games I've watched, in terms of how we run defenses, I don't really think that they're gonna probably cater to blanketing Diggs. Not to say that you can, because Beasley and a guy that I liked coming out of college and Jabril Davis, those guys can ball too. So it's it's almost like a pick your poison type of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna say over.
Perfect. Davin, what do you think?
Over as well. Diggs is your number one wide receiver, and if he is supposed to get a little bit of bonus money, why not? So he's the main guy that for your offense other than Beasley. So I'm going with over. He'll get it. He probably will get it in the second quarter, maybe third.
Yep, no, for sure. And so now I guess we'll go to the last one. We didn't see Zack Wilson before, and I'm glad you mentioned he hasn't thrown an interception in a couple games. So with our secondary, I'm going to set it at just 1 interception or over 0.5 interceptions this game. Do you think the defense is going to come away with one and that little couple game streak, or is he going to finish the regular season strong? Rad, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, I think we get one. I think we go. I think maybe it's late, right? And a comeback effort. Trying to score quickly, and then it's like just the last interception. Even if it's that, I think we get one though.
All right, Kyle.
He's young. This is probably one of the better defenses he faced, especially one of the better secondaries. So yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna say one. One again. You guys secondary. It's I'm saying it's pretty good. This is the first time he's actually facing this defense to see exactly what it's about. Yeah. And I also think the weather conditions might play a part.
He looked like he's from where he from? He looked like he's from Cali. Is he from Cali?
No. He played in BYU, so it's in Utah. So he's some accustomed to cold weather, but at the end of the day, cold weather still can affect quarterbacks' ability. So So I'm gonna say one.
I'll go with one as well. It's just a matter of Zach does get a little how can I say, a little trigger finger.
He a gunslinger.
Yeah, he's like the gunslinger, So he got he'll try to throw it out there, and then the mistakes come. So he's young, so he'll get one.
So let me just ask you about, we talking about Zach. So what are y'all like? Your most honest opinion, 5 years from now, Zach's still the guy?
That's too early. That's too early to call. Well, I guess it's too early because I'm saying his first year. He could be. It all depends on what he does, and what is it after the season, and what we see from his second year. Like it all depends. Like with Donald's first year. But the last few games, everybody was excited. I wasn't a big Donald fan. I'm not gonna lie. And I was like, you know what? Maybe he does have some potential. And then the second season, it just went all downhill. Coaching changing, everything changed, and then it just seems like it hasn't worked out for Darnold.
I remember his first pass was a pick six, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it was like a Monday night game or Sunday night game. Definitely prime time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he ended up the game afterwards. So I'm seeing what I'm seeing from Wilson is kind of like similarities from Darnold, but I want him to keep progressing after that season, not go down like how Darnold went. So I can see it, but it all depends on what his progression is, you know. So we'll see. So yeah, it's a possibility.
What's your take on that, Kyle? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think he can be, right?
Mm-hmm.
My biggest issue with him is, you know, everyone was crazy about his off-platform throws, like, oh, this kid can throw from all angles, whatever. But even in his pro day, he was throwing passes at people's feet from at 7 yards away, you know, on an out route. I'm like, bro, that should never happen on this level when you're literally just playing catch.
Yeah.
You know, and we've seen that in games where he's just had these crazy throws where it's like, how did you make that throw? You know, but I think definitely if he can fix his accuracy issues and if someone can help him develop his anticipation, because right now he throws a lot of passes when the guy is open instead of when they're going to be open, you know, and those are the two biggest things to be a quarterback. If you don't have accuracy and you don't have window anticipation, you're not going to make it in this league. So if he
one step slow. Yep. One step slow.
If he can develop those two things, he can be that guy for us easily because he has all the other intangibles.
And that's why the against the Bucks was his best game because we tight windows and we saw his patient game and it really looked good. We only had 240 passing yards, it still looked good, you know.
For sure.
And I mean, to throw, not I guess throw your belt. I mean, it's not like the guy that wouldn't be above before him ain't looking too good, right? Trevor is looking terrible. Mac Jones had been looking good, but I think he in the best situation. And all the other rookie guys, you know, Zach, you know, I mean, compared to his peers, is not necessarily too far off. It ain't like I don't think it's like a scary, we missed out on this one, you know. So yeah, it's definitely, we'll see.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, so I mean, I guess we covered all that. So we're gonna get into the final part, the score predictions. So I just want to make sure you know, everybody out there listening, we are running our score prediction contest. So, you know, brought to you by our sponsor at Wing Kings. Make sure you get in it. It's up on our Facebook and our IG. You have until Sunday at 4:30. Get your prediction in, win a $30 gift card. Also, we're doing our other prediction contest with Devin Singletary. You'll win an Overdue Bills tee. So make sure you definitely get in that too before Sunday. But we'll get into the score predictions. You guys can copy ours or however you want to do it. But we'll start with the opponents right now. Give me your score prediction for this game, Davin.
Give me 27-21. Bills. Nothing will be easy, but I think y'all will have it. I think y'all will win it. Hopefully Josh Allen will be able to have a better game, so that can boost y'all could boost y'all momentum going into the playoffs. So
sure,
Josh Allen actually having a good game and hopefully that'll boost y'all up. But yeah, 27-21 Bills.
Okay, Kyle.
I'm going to go with a lower score and say 17-19 Jets in the spoiler.
Okay.
I think, you know, just in the fact that, like I said, the guy saying that the weather conditions up there is going to be, you know, a little different. So I don't foresee this like open style game that the ball's going to be flying all over the place. I think it's going to be a more conservative type game where game planning is going to come into effect. And hopefully LaFleur learned from last time and can develop a game plan to have a better outcome.
Okay. Like it. Brad?
I was trying to look for the over under, but I couldn't find it. But I'm sure it's low. I'm sure it's not. It's
This
probably
point spread is 17 right now.
that's a lot.
The Bills are giving up 17 points.
That's a lot.
That's a
That is
lot.
a lot.
I don't think it's that big of a difference right now. Because I think they're just gonna be trying to play hard. I think honestly they're gonna be trying to play hard. So I got the Bills winning. I still think it's still double digits. I got the Bills winning. I say 27-17.
Okay.
27-17 Bills.
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping that we get it done. I think the players are going to be a little bit more prideful in getting this AFC, when clinching this division, right?
Yeah.
I know coming into the season, I'm pretty sure they didn't want to be in this spot, having to win this game to clinch the division. I'm pretty sure they thought they were going to do it 2-3 games ago. So ever since that Bucks game, it's kind of been every game is a playoff game from here on out. So hopefully they come out sharp Sunday. I'm going to predict it's going to be 28-13 Bills. I think they're going to come out. They're going to get up early. I think there'll probably be, a Mitch Trubisky sighting later in the game. But even though that game doesn't sound like we're in control, I'm hoping we get to that point where we're kind of in control. And I'm definitely, I'm glad Davin was a little bit more optimistic for us in the playoffs, because if we're on the flip side, I hope you guys get smoked next week. I hope Josh doesn't progress to be over. But I appreciate you for looking out.
I appreciate the love for sure.
Last thing y'all want to do is go to KC or Cincinnati in the first round, because them two teams are really hot right now, especially against the Cincinnati team that has Jamar Chase and that's fortune. So I think y'all will get the win, and it will boost y'all momentum for the first round. And then y'all see. Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you guys getting on. Definitely make sure everybody watching, you guys like, subscribe, share this, check out our website, overduebillspod.com. We got all of our content on there. We have our store up. You can order stuff. We ship everywhere. If you don't live in Buffalo, or we can hook up with you in Buffalo, everywhere. So definitely go check out overduebillspod.com. You see all the videos, plus this video that we're going to have on there forever. So thank you guys for getting on again. And you know how we end every show with a little customary, hey. All right. Thank you guys.
Peace.
We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. This segment is brought to you by the good people at Buffalo Pet Supply. Do you have a pet? Are you looking to get a pet, or know someone who has a pet? There's only one place to send them to make that pet live its best life: Buffalo Pet Supply. Specializing in fish, small animals, and reptiles, Buffalo Pet Supply can get you set up or maintain whatever setup you may have for your pet. Stop down and see the family-owned and operated staff over at 1345 Military Road, or give them a call at 716-874-1951. And make sure when you go in there, same thing, you let them know the Overdue Bills sent you, and get 10% off your purchase.